Howdy. In the middle of June, I sent an email to the secretary, the person who handles all the correspondence for Shoreline Community College Automotive Technology Department. I was hoping that I might be able to recruit one of their students to come and help me with the heavy lifting on the truck out here in exchange for free room, which I do now have a free room available to anyone who is willing to help me out. The problem was, back in the middle of June, I was sending this to a Ms. Ogilvy, who I did not realize did not work at the Shoreline Community College Automotive Training Department any longer. So, a week after I sent an email to her, I forwarded the same email to a Mr. Ratner, who is actually the head honcho in charge of the entire automotive training program at Shoreline. Unfortunately, Mr. Ratner was on vacation, so another week elapsed. And then I discovered that the person that I should have sent it to was whoever was taking Mr. Ratner's place temporarily. That turned out to be a Betsy Binion. Okay. So finally I got some traction. It's the beginning of July, and she copies off my email and circulates it to all the instructors, and distributes it to a number of the students, and I wait a week and a half, and I get no response whatsoever. So I have expanded now. This is getting middle of July, and I sent an email out to the, let's see, who was it? Trying to find out. Oh, yes, Mr. or Miss Whiteside is now the person who I'm contacting. I believe it's a Ms. Whiteside, who is the administrator in charge of veterans continuing education at Shoreline Community College. So this is the latest person that I've contacted, and what I sent was, here, I'll read the email. Free, partially furnished bedroom available in Crown Hill. Yes, there's a catch. I am a physically disabled adult living in subsidized housing in Seattle's Crown Hill neighborhood. When I moved into this 2-bedroom apartment, I had a live-in caregiver, but subsequent modification to my apartment eliminated the need for a live-in attendant. Subsidized housing regulations demand that each bedroom be occupied, so I must find a roommate. This is a security building for elderly and disabled tenants, 15 minutes south of Shoreline CC, by car, or 30 minutes by bus. Street parking is freely available most days. Shops are just 1 block away. I have no immediate need for personal living assistance, but I do need help with my long-term hobby, a 1955 First Series GMC 250. I daily drove this poor old thing for a decade, then parked it under a tree for another decade, and now it needs more work than I am able to provide it alone. It starts easily and runs, but needs a total rebuild of both engine and transmission. Now, I have no savings. I live on Social Security disability payments, so the only bargaining chip that I have is the empty bedroom. I had put forth an opportunity for one automotive GST student who is willing to turn a wrench, typically not more than 8 to 10 hours a week maximum, as weather permits, in lieu of paying rent. Over a week elapsed and nobody replied, so I am expanding the offer to the veterans programs. Candidates will have to pass a background check to live in federally subsidized property and be respectful of the elderly and disabled neighbors, which means quiet, please. A change of address is not required to demonstrate residency as a live-in attendant. In other words, if you've got a ridiculously long commute to get to class and don't want to move permanently, this could provide you relief from hours of weekday gridlock. Thanks for taking the time to read all this. Steve Menish. Contact information is included, including a link to the playlist of my truck videos. Now, thus far, I have received no response whatsoever, despite the fact that we have a massive surge in the homeless population in this very neighborhood. I can't seem to locate anyone who's got the minimum skills required to move into this empty bedroom. And it is a partially furnished. There's a bedroom, there's a bed, so you don't even need furniture. You can move right in. All you need to do is remember righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and have enough strength in your back to be able to lift a cast iron cylinder head. That's it. That's all. Now, if that seems like too high a hurdle for a millennial in community college to jump over, then I weep for the future of this country. I don't know. I'm hoping that, I don't know, maybe just putting out this video perhaps will ring somebody's bell, and they will know somebody who hasn't got a criminal record and knows how to work on an engine. That's it. That's all I need.